Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Tottenham Hotspur preview. It is almost match day in the Europa League, Tottenham's third Europa League outing of the season, having won 2 from 2 so far, beating Ferencváros a couple of weeks ago before the international break, and then also beating Karabag at home on the opening week of the Europa League campaign, 3-0, Radu Dragusin getting sent off in that one, of course, if you remember. But it is another tough test for Tottenham in this Europa League campaign. If you can get another 3 points, you're almost probably looking at definitely at least getting into those playoff places to go through to the knockout phases in 2025. So it is imperative that we keep our winning run in the competition going. I think Ange will know full well how important it is to get a win under our belt in this fixture. There is the opportunity to rotate some of the players that played on the weekend against West Ham, beating them 4-1, absolutely smashing them to pieces. I think the big one there is that we saw the return of Richarlison to the pitch for Tottenham after being out for a little while. So, is he a player that we could potentially see get his first start in a Tottenham shirt in a long time? We will have to wait and see, but it provides another opportunity for the likes of Mikey Moore, Will Lancashire to get minutes on the pitch, but it is all about finding the balance, as we well know, with this Tottenham side at the moment. I think everybody had a little bit of a meltdown when we lost to Brighton before the international break. It was a little bit of a crisis mode for some people, which I didn't really understand, because I think we'd won, 5 of our last 6 before that. And we come back into it, we lose to Brighton, and then all of a sudden everybody was sort of getting onto the manager, getting onto the players, wanting Ange out. And then we go out after the international break and we absolutely smash one of our biggest rivals, whether you want to admit that West Ham are one of Tottenham's biggest rivals or not. I'm standing here with my Tottenham shirt on, and I think that they are. Absolutely dominated them, particularly in the second half, and it's all about sort of taking that momentum into the Europa League for this game. That is the most important thing. AZ Alkmaar then, what sort of team are they? What are they like? Well, we know that they do have a lethal finisher up top, and his name is Troy Parrott, who obviously joined them from Tottenham in the summer. He's been bagging a few goals here and there, but it will be a huge motivation for the Irishman to come back to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and prove to everyone why perhaps we shouldn't have sold him in the first place. I'm not saying that it's going to be an easy night for him. It depends what sort of defence we put up at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's never an easy ground to play at, and AZ Alkmaar are not on a very good run at the moment. I don't think they've won a game of football since the 25th of September. They've lost their last 4. I think they lost to PSV in the league at the weekend. They've also recently lost to Utrecht in the Eredivisie. They lost to Athletic Bilbao as well in the Europa League. So, they're going to be very hungry to turn their form around, which I think is the main thing that we have to consider. I would imagine they will probably be our most difficult opponent yet that we've had in the Europa League so far this season. I know we have tough tests coming up in the form of Galatasaray, in the form of Roma, but AZ Alkmaar are no pushovers. They are still sitting 5th in the Dutch league at the moment. So it's not going to be a straightforward guaranteed win, and I think we know that it never really is with Tottenham at the moment anyway. Hopefully one day that will change, but for me there are a few things that I want to see happen in this game. I want to see a few changes to the starting 11. I think first of all, I don't want to change too much, but I do want to change a few things. I think Vicario we keep in goal, because I don't think we have a reliable number 2 goalkeeper at this moment in time, particularly not Fraser Forster, bless him. It's just not, I just don't think he's at the required level that we want him to be to win games. This is where I always sit here and think, why is Jed Sped? I know he's injured at the moment, but why is Jed Sped not in this Europa League squad? Give him a run out at left back even. It means we're probably likely going to see Udogie playing again, or perhaps we could get Ben Davis at left back again on this instance. We'll have to wait and see for that. I think Dragassin's suspension is over. I think it was only one game, which means he could line up for Tottenham. However, I don't know what the situation is there, particularly after that report came out during the week suggesting that he's going to potentially look for a move away from Tottenham already in January because he's not happy with the game time he's been getting. And I mean, sorry, Radu, what do you expect? You're going up against Mickey van der Ven and Christian Romero. One of them has been a revelation since joining Tottenham. The other one is a vice-captain, a World Cup winner, a recent Copa America winner. So, you know, you got to be up to the standard that they are if you want to get minutes in the team. So I think we might see at least one of those two big centre-backs in the team. I think we will probably see Archie Gray at right-back again. I keep calling for him to play in central midfield. How long it's going to be until he starts doing that, I'm not entirely sure. I think we will see starts for the likes of Pap Sarr again. Lucas Bergvall will probably start again as well. I can see James Maddison starting this game after being brought off against West Ham at half-time. He's probably got a big old bee in his bonnet that he's going to want to put right. So what more of a perfect opportunity than to start him in this game, make him the captain as well, because I don't think Sonny will play, and lead us to another win, 3 out of 3 in the Europa League. I do think the likes of Timo Werner will also start. And do you know what? I actually think Richarlison will get a start. I think we'll rest Solanke. And Richarlison's probably ahead of the pecking order of Lancashire at the moment. So we'll have to see what happens there. Mikey Moore, of course, I would love to start. Whether he will or not, I'm not sure. I do think that trust level between him and Ange is growing week by week, so we'll have to wait and see. But it gives the opportunity to rest the likes of Brennan Johnson for this game. Dominic Solanke, Dejan Kulusevski, get minutes from other players and let them recharge their tanks going in to the weekend against Crystal Palace. So yeah, let me know what changes you think we should make for this game against AZ Alkmaar. How do you think this game is going to go? Because on paper, it's a game that Tottenham should be dominating. It's a game that we should be winning, and it's a game that really shouldn't cause us too many problems. But as I mentioned earlier, it probably is Tottenham's toughest test so far in the Europa League, yeah, we need to make sure that we're still up for it. We don't want to be coasting and taking our foot off the gas like we did in that second half against Brighton. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see, but I'm feeling positive ahead of this game. Let me know your thoughts, as I mentioned, down in the comments below. Let me know if you'll go into the game as well. Unfortunately, I got to work during this one, so I'm not going to be at it, but I did enjoy the last one, so yeah, I will be keeping across it, that's for sure as well. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this preview. I know it's a little bit different, me wandering around with the camera in my hand rather than at my desk, but I wanted to change up the scenery a little bit. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the game. I'll be back with a match reaction after the Alkmaar game on Thursday night. And as always, come on you Spurs.